center. 6.
Bring out your wind correction.
Got in the air quick.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and thanks for joining me on another flying adventure. For the first time, we are flying out of our usual practice area and we're going someplace new. We're gonna go to Orange, which is KOMG. We didn't really have a plan for this, so we just kind of shot from the hip, and this is what we decided to do for this lesson. Landing practice at another airport nearby, where my approaches are, well, you'll just have to wait and see. Sit back, grab a snack, and let's fly. Oh, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already.
And warning traffic, Dakota 9186.
Dakota.
Yeah, Malibu. I included that in the video, by the way.
It felt so good to finally get out of the training area and go somewhere new. Developing those pilotage skills and identifying landmarks in familiar areas to get where you're going is the heart of VFR flying. And lessons like this, where you don't have a lesson plan and you just fly to fly, can be a really great break.
We're in the traffic, November 62 Delta Sierra, taking off runway 33.
There is someone 400 feet below us. My flight controls.
Your flight control.
My flight controls. Turn away from this guy.
Welcome back, Riley. Congratulations.
You see him?
I do. Traffic below us.
Okay.
The pretty yellow biplane. I guess somebody just across country too.
Alright, he should not be a factor now.
Alright, my flight control?
Your flight controls.
My flight controls.
Okay, so what is the next radio frequency you're gonna need?
I'm gonna need oranges, which
Okay.
I never put in the bottom one, so let's do that.
Okay.
I go over here, and I go, let's see, 122.8.
I have to tell you for a second, I was tempted to pull the power while you were looking down.
You know, we were doing so good. Nope, not this one. Oh, this one? Nope, not that one. This one? Okay. Orange traffic, Skyhawk 96 Echo, 10 miles out to the north. Orange traffic.
Remember those approaches I mentioned earlier? Well, here in a few seconds, you'll see just what I'm talking about. As an observant viewer, you might notice that the runway seems just a little bit too far down once it starts getting into view. Don't worry, you're right. As a matter of fact, it was. Turns out, I actually need to develop my pattern work skills and judgment of when to turn skills just a little bit more. And luckily, I'm about to get the chance. However, in an effort to first try and save this approach and landing, I first get the chance to practice my slips and try to bleed some of that altitude off and stick the landing. That being said, it didn't exactly go to plan. My altitude was still a little too high for my comfortability, so I made the decision to go around. It's always nice to have another attempt. Now, I'm not really sure why some people give grief for go-arounds. Sometimes they're the safest and best decision that a pilot can make. So So attempt number 2, and just as you would have guessed, I overshot final once again. Couple of slight corrections here and there, and I was able to bring it back on course, get lined up real nice, and proceed with trying to land. Now this landing is one of the few for the day that I was actually really proud of. It felt really good coming in. I felt like my approach coming into final and onto the runway was a whole lot smoother, a whole lot more coordinated, and I was lined up perfectly, and I loved it. It was beautiful. And the landing itself felt great.
There is, however, a dog next to the runway
There.
or something.
Yeah, fox.
It's a funny
That's a
looking fox.
fox.
Oh, it's so cute.
It's adorable. Buddy, you're going the wrong way. You're going...
We went ahead and did one more lap in the pattern here at Orange, actually going the other way using the other runway to just get a little bit more practice and kind of choosing a different route to mix things up. And this was our final landing outside of returning back home, and I was really proud of it. The landings practice for this day, I think, went really well. There wasn't a lot of wind, there wasn't a lot of traffic, not a lot going on. It was a beautiful day to fly. And it was just a lot of fun. You know, we shot from the hip, and this lesson was great. But the approach was very stable. I was able to line up real nice. And like I said, this runway is actually shorter and, you know, thinner than Warrington, which is where I'm used to trying to land out of. So this was a bit of a challenge for me as a student pilot. But coming down from this landing, I did float just a little bit there. But the landing itself felt nice. I was actually really proud of it. And that about wraps it up for this video. I didn't have any of my cameras on the wing or underneath the body. They were on, but I actually forgot to turn them on. I usually put my iPad on my lap, but I need a smaller one. It's too big. So I usually start my cameras, start for-flight recording, and then I put it in the back seat. So I forgot to turn the cameras on, so I don't have any of that footage. But I didn't want to waste this. I was really proud of the landings. I was really excited to be able to go somewhere else outside of the training area and do things, just do pilot things as you would in a plane. You know, take it for what it's meant for and what you want to do with it, which is to go other places. It was a lot of fun. We had a blast. No lesson was planned for this. We had it in the books for about a week, but I don't know, things just kept happening. And honestly, lessons like this in between the structured ones honestly help me stay on track a lot more. It helps me not get bogged down, not feel stuck, and just fly the plane. It's a good mental break. And if you haven't tried it, I highly recommend it. But this was it for this lesson. Feel free to stick around and watch the beautiful flight back. I don't think the landing for Warrington is here, but yeah, everybody, I appreciate you guys hanging out, watching, and enjoying. If you liked the video, just like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, it's a different style of video. I wanted to give it a shot, so let me know what you think. And I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Fly safe.